and they also have 2 defensive support ults on the side of Misfits. They're playing this incredibly well. However, you're up against GamersOrigin. benbest has the Earth Shatter, and he needs to make this count.
We know benbest can land very good Earth Shadows, but he's going to be running into the Graviton here. Misfits, they're setting up the ambush. Plenty of tools and utilities here to turn this fight in their favor. Manhattan a little bit far back, not in prime Graviton position, but lobs it in from far. 5 people in, and Swoosh goes for the fall through.
Still, benbest, he unleashes the Earth Shatter, I should say, doesn't find the kills he's looking for, and Logix and TviQ and Manhattan, they equalize it up, and they are finding the kills here. The overtime ticks down. Poco, one of the last man standings, he lets off a desperation Graviton Surge, and it really is a desperation Graviton Surge. It will be the first round going to Misfits here on Oasis.
All right.
It can be quite effective in the right hands. The question is, how are they going to be dealing with this Pharah Mercy? Because GamersOrigin, like you mentioned, this stage does not suit them in the slightest. It does not work with the Doomfist roll and TviQ. I mean, what is happening here? It's just a demolition right now. TviQ lays down the damage boost with rockets, and GamersOrigin, they got no Diva. They got no Zen to try and counteract this. With no Diva, like, I don't really know what they were expecting other than just absolute destruction. But Misfits now leading in with the Sound Barrier. Manhattan's Self-Destruct will find the kill onto Hardest as they try and stagger it out, stall it out for as long as they possibly can. But off the back of that ZP, they've already lost 2 players. It's not looking good. They got no ultimates to work off, and it looks like Misfits are going to be taking map number 1 due time.
I mean, this has been one of the most dominant Gardens we have ever seen here, where absolutely nothing went right for GamersOrigin.
No.
TviQ was in the perfect position every time to punish these death ball openings that they tried to make work with the Doomfist, and I'm almost running out of things to say here by Misfits early on.
Well, still in the backlines as well, you can see Logix getting a bit cocky there into the backline. Still, Leaf will answer back. Zebasai gets absolutely destroyed by the punch there. And now we see the blade can be coming out to play. Flashbang combo, TviQ is brought down. Nice shots from Hardest as well. Zupe is no more. The question is, can he find it onto Logix? Not quite. He's quite a wriggly little bugger, isn't he? Just as he wiggles his way out of there. But Poco will find him with the right-click kill.
Misfits not able to rope a dope GamersOrigin forever there. Finally, Leaf was able to get that early pick, and now you see GamersOrigin using respawn advantage to put them over the top here. They're dominating space, they're dominating the hotel, and Misfits, positioning-wise, they're still trying to stall it out, but at some point you gotta let it go.
Interesting that Misfits actually didn't.
It worked out. Let's just put it that way. I will say that it might not have been intended for Poco because he wasn't supercharged and he already had a grab. You usually nano boost to Zarya to get grab up earlier, but still, he has a grab for this next fight. benbest has the Earth Shatter. They don't have to worry about an EMP and Swoosh. Good night! He's sleeping in the back, and the grab goes to the supports of Misfits.
Long range grab into the back. TviQ is answering back, however. That Graviton Surge has got absolutely nothing, and the Earth Shatter now has also been committed, but it's a disaster right now. Misfits are striking back. Logix is available. Manhattan is on the high ground, Anakin. He's got it all available to him as it stands, and Hardest, he's going for the shots, but is it not going to be working out as they do find the follow-up kills, wasting 2 hard crowd control ultimates like that. That is Leaf who's holding onto his Meteor Strike. They got Hardest with the Deadeye. They got so much burst damage that it's all going to be basically off the back of Poco now in this next engagement.
Misfits has a strong game strategy here, but they lose to TviQ early on, so I don't know if they want to invest the Transcendence here immediately. But no, they decide to go in. 5 players are not. Sound Barrier's in, and Zupe, he's going to hold on to the Transcendence, hold it, boom. There's the Transcendence, and they are all in. But GamersOrigin, they have the answer. A Sound Barrier of their own might be enough to live through this grab. They're fighting back.
They are indeed. The Earth Shatter from benbest as well collected so many bodies on the pavement. Leaf going for the rocket punch of the century. 30 seconds remaining, and Misfits, they're down and out. They've lost the players. Logix is desperately trying to cling on to any sliver of hope that he possibly can get, but Leaf uppercuts him into the stratosphere, deletes him from the map, and here comes the stall. We're going to see the Maycoms coming out. TviQ trying desperately to try and make this work for their team, but GamersOrigin, they have so much stalling potential here. I should say Misfits with the Primal Rage from Swoosh.
They were able to take down Leaf as well, and Doomfist is good at cleanup, and Misfits, they're fighting this back. Those are the kills they needed. It's getting chilly here on the payload, and GamersOrigin, they did not bring their winter clothes. That might be it here, Bren. Overtime ticking down, and though Leaf shows up, Leaf goes down.
Where did he come from? That was crazy.
From above.
That was nuts. He was just actually, didn't quite work out for him, and yet he's still going to be sticking to the Sombra. Not going to be giving up just yet. He's sticking with this sort of triple DPS composition. Quite unusual. Let's see if it works out for him.
We're going old school here. We could have the Dragon Blade countered by an Earth Shatter. Did it happen? Did the Earth Shatter hit? No! TviQ able to get away from it. And yet, still, shut down here in the back. However, serious damage has been done to GamersOrigin. It might be high noon, but you are blown up, sir. Doesn't really matter what time it is now.
I was going to say, it was looking like a dangerous fight because off the back of that, GamersOrigin had so much to work with, but it ended up with benbest played with, but his Earth Shatters have not been great. That's partly down to the fact that Misfits are running dive composition, and it can be harder to hit off those high-value Earth Shatters, but at the end of the day, it doesn't realistically matter when Manaton's moving in with the EMP. And then again, you are completely correct, ZP. It is cleanup duty right now for the side of Misfits, because all they got to do is find these stragglers and just jump on them.
That was the best EMP that Manaton has had all map long. Leads to a very clean team fight for Misfits, where GamersOrigin, they don't build much at all in terms of ultimate in that fight. They're pretty close to a nano boost and a sound barrier, but pretty close. Might not be so close enough, because Misfits, they're almost at yellow box of victory. Leaf is already down, and Misfits 4-4 right now on the point.
Oh, we see the nano boost going to be used here in the final moments, but TviQ! Goodness me, man! He's... Oh, I don't believe it! That was so fast! It's hard to even comprehend what just happened, but TviQ just entered that up with a reflect Deadeye kill, opened up with the Dragon Blade, and picked up a 3K to finalize it. The fight. This is do or die time. GamersOrigin have 14 seconds here, ZP, to make it work. No ultimates online. It's going to be a battle of raw mechanical skill.
It is indeed. Leaf, though, under pressure early on, down to 1 HP. Is he going to get healed up? He is. Might be able to live. He's under pressure from Logix right now in the back, but for now, he's going to live. Logix coming back in. GamersOrigin still at a full 6. Misfits is 10% away from giving up first, but if they can find an early pickoff, Bren, they could turn this back, and they demech Poco.
This is crazy as well. They use the nano boost onto Swoosh on top of his primal rage. It's a huge amount of HP that they've got to stall at this point. But Leaf, he answers back. He picks up a double kill. Zupe and Logix is going to be falling before they can get this off, but the ults are being used. TviQ wants to move in. Swoosh is there as well. With the Dragon Blade, he's trying to find the kills off the back of it. Leaf is one of the last man standings to try and actually make something happen. benbest as well with the primal rage. They're so close here, ZP, to trying to get this one out.
Logix canceled Christmas once before. Can he do it again? He's going to move in. Takes down benbest, but it's him against the world. 99% progress. And Logix, you have been a miracle worker.
So now you've been very close to the Transcendence, and they've also got the nano boost, which again they can just slot onto TviQ with the Dragon Blade if they want to go in with a huge damage dealing ultimate.
All right, GamersOrigin right now taking the high ground early on, leaping right in is Leaf, and this is a much better start here. Logix already out of the fight. They don't have to worry about his heroics to begin with. 3 unanswered kills for GamersOrigin, and they are moving it right in. Leaf over the top. 4-0 now for GamersOrigin.
Oh, they have to get out of the way of the South Destruct for the time being. Leaf goes for the Rocket Punch. Doesn't quite find a kill there onto Logix, but Logix still alive in this fight. Will he fall? He will indeed. Leaf finally brings an end to him. Still this fight kicking out into the tail end of it. No casualties so far other than Poco getting demeched as it stands, and Hardest is available. He's on the Soldier 76. He has the tactical visor from the high ground. There's not really, realistically, a lot the GamersOrigin can do to try and save off this.
Hardest right now, plenty of room to work with. This is where you want your 76 when you're trying to put a team out of it. And this is very good for GamersOrigin so far. Their tanks are controlling space in the point. Hardest, plenty of room in the back. And they have Misfits in check right now, where it's up to Misfits to look for a crazy play. But Bren, Logix, he's a thing. And though they're running out of time, he still has the ability to potentially bring this back.
Here's the question mark here in my mind, is that there's nobody to contest the high ground at the back, and Leaf with a triple kill off the back of the Meteor Strike. That is meaty indeed. I mean, at the end of the day, you just don't expect that kind of value out of that ult.
And then TviQ just needs to hold the top and mow people down. But if they don't get the early pickoff, it's going to be difficult. Misfits, though, setting up. They get to the high ground. Part 1 has been accomplished. They demech Poco. This is going to open up TviQ, but TviQ goes down. The pressure from benbest too much.
Look at that. Leaf again gets the kill onto Zupe. Zupe did not suspect an absolute thing. Finding the picks off the back of it. Only 8 seconds remaining. Swoosh desperately trying to hold on for dear life here. This could be game, set, map here for GamersOrigin. They could be having a window of opportunity to try and find their way back in. The overtime now starting to tick down, but Misfits, they're losing so many players. Swoosh desperately trying to hold on to this, but he will be falling as their primal rage. benbest just tries to seal the deal in the final moments here, ZP.
Misfits unable to finish the job here on Hanamura. GamersOrigin coming out with an absolutely gutsy defense. Even if Misfits were to have pulled it back at that point, Bren, they wouldn't have gotten another attack. and was still likely to go away with GamersOrigin.
Crazy, crazy game by GamersOrigin. You can tell that they are learning from their mistakes from previous games as well, learning from their mistakes flying at your face at the end of the day. But here we go, the dive comes out, and it is effective at that. Misfits are definitely finding the kills off the back of it. Leaf tries to answer back, but Logix will bring him down.
That was really nice from Misfits too. They waited for the Zarya shield to be off cooldown for allies, immediately dove in, and just got what they were looking for. GamersOrigin, unable to land second points went. They've really come up with an iron defense here on last.
Very much the story, I think, of okay, Logix. All right, just interrupting mid-sentence, lad, with some nutty plays. That's okay, don't worry about it. Misfits, meanwhile, just going to be cleaning up and pushing this payload in. And I mean, I've completely forgotten the point I was trying to make off the back of that one.
It's fine. I said they had an iron wall defense, and apparently the curse was so strong that that iron wall looks like paper right now. Misfits just dashing on through, and now on the verge of getting through last year with 1:30 left. We'll see what they can do. The Transcendence is out. They want to stabilize. They want this now.
Leaf ends up utilizing the Meteor Strike to try and stay alive. The kills are flowing in right now for Misfits. Manaton picks off Poco, bringing him down post-bomb. It's a big one. Logix takes out the main tank. Benbest is out of the equation. The beat has been dropped by GamersOrigin as they're going to be looking to try and take this a little bit further, just a little bit deeper. Leaf tries desperately to make it out, but nobody was able to work off. Benbest looking for the Earth Shatter of the Century. The Primal Rage gets sent to charge. They're just really controlling him swoosh to the highest degree, but Logix somehow, in the midst of these corridors, has found the kill onto Heap. Benbest also going to be falling to immediate depths, means this is going to have to be a reset for GamersOrigin if they want any chance of trying to secure this map out.
That was so incredibly smooth. Swoosh and Logix were teammates before Misfits. Swoosh opened the way with a well-timed Primal Rage, and Logix used that very tiny opening to assassinate Heap. However, GamersOrigin didn't burn anything into that, and now they have everything up. It all comes down to this.
They got to use it now. Self-destruct into the back. They've got to find these picks. Leaf opens it up onto Zebasai. It's all or nothing right now for the side of GamersOrigin. And we see the Deadeye now finally going to be used. It's a boostio! Pibby, I don't believe it! The Meteor Strike comes down and it will lay down a lot of damage, but I mean, that's a bit of a misplay by GamersOrigin. I think they intended that to be the Electric Cowboy maneuver, but still, they're finding the kill, ZP. They've wiped them out. Misfits, can they come back from this?
Who needs Electric Cowboy when you got some electric music coming out of Peepoo there? Did get one kill from it, I suppose. Stayed alive. Probably not ideal, but they have everyone alive on the payload. We're in an overtime push. Misfits under the gun. GamersOrigin just a little bit away from keeping the series going, and Logix is already down.
Oh my goodness, finding these picks off the back of it. Leaf with the rocket punch. Poco, he's leaning it in. Only 3 members of Misfits left alive. TviQ gets CC'd out of his mind now with the flashbangs being laid down. The self-destruct will not claim a kill, and Manaton cannot even get back into his mech. The overtime, the car moving forward. It's all or nothing right now for Misfits, and they're all dead. They will get the capture point in game. But here's the dangerous scenario for Misfits here, because Poco has the Graviton. We see the self-destruct being sent down by Manaton. What? How would you pick up both supports like that? His self-destructs have been absurd. Seriously, it's crazy how much value he gets out of that one ultimate ability.
That is the jackpot for a diva, to say the least, where you get not 1, but 2 supports. And the entire tempo of this game has shifted. Misfits now in a great position where they have a positioning advantage. But GamersOrigin has a big ultimate advantage, so if they're able to win one team fight, they'll still take Dorado. Misfits needs to take advantage of what they've been given.
Swoosh is available, he's ready and waiting, going to get punched back, has the Primal Rage, opting to use it now, trying to force those supports back out of the equation, out of the fight. The Graviton Surge, meanwhile, will get connected, will get used up here as we see the Meteor Strike as well into the back lines, putting in a bit of damage, and even Trey, but GamersOrigin are coming out on top.
The nano boosted Reinhardt is so smart in the situation. It lets Benbest create a lot of room on the payload. Almost will end it overtime, and they do! Logix unable to stand the point, under pressure, and GamersOrigin, though, technical difficulties for Peepoo might have made that more tense.
75% and counting. Heap going to be eating a rocket or 2, has to get regen back up. These long-range rockets now, I'm going to be trying to take this fight against TviQ. But time is running out for GamersOrigin. They need to go, and they need to go right now. Leaf has the barrage, hits 1 rocket, gets the second one on TviQ. That's what they were waiting for, but that self-destruct is going to hurt them. Finally, Leaf narrowly avoids it.
He was going for the anti-air self-destruct and did not hit it. Leaf takes down his biggest threat, moves over, barrage is loaded. His team's been falling all around him as double defensive matrix. Leaf is living in the matrix ×2. Both to remove the barrage, but also to protect him on his own side. And GamersOrigin, there's still somehow to keep this somewhat even, but it is very back and forth.
The overtime ticking up. I mean, the longer Zupe stays alive here, the more chance of him building up a resurrect and actually resetting them for them. But with the kills flowing in for them as they have right now, benbest especially getting these picks, it means it's going to be a tough scenario. But still, Zupe has the res, post bomb sticks, and he brings down Zupe. That's a crucial pick, which means no more resurrect for this fight.
Manitin was with his diva, and that proved to be the end of Zupe there. GamersOrigin, backs against the wall, 99% to 0, will be finally getting their first capture on this point. GamersOrigin's favor, because now they have the resurrection up, and TviQ doesn't have a mercy with him anymore, so he's far more vulnerable right now to lead. But Heap goes down early. That's perfect, and harnessed into the well.
What is happening?
Do that, man! Oh my word, that is a disaster. Misfits now very well could bring this back.
Oh my god, off the back of that, no doubt about it, leaves 18 HP and a dream, and TviQ is just going to be saying, see you later, lad, you're donezo. Overtime ticking down, 99%. Crucial mistakes kicking off hardest. He comes back into it. Leaf, the tempo res. They need him back into this fight to tick this one over. They need to get to the point. ZP, calm down, man. It's okay. The game, Misfits are bringing it back, even though the players are on the point. Logix with the post bomb brings down benbest, and it will be round number 1. Most likely going to Misfits here.
At least they died on the point right after. That was, it was so close to just being in the air and not actually contesting the point.
That was
late sound barrier, definitely helping GamersOrigin. Now Misfits, though, they have an edge, they have an opportunity, and TviQ might have a total unchained blade, and oh, what a play! Logix getting nothing there. What? But the self-destruct coming in turn, Misfits still have the shot, and here's the blade.
TviQ with the blade, he picks up 1, he picks up 2, and this could just be curtains for GamersOrigin. Everyone down and out from the team. The recap comes out, and there will be no contestation here today, ladies and gentlemen. Misfits, with the overtime ticking down, are going to be the winners of this series, and it was a hell of a one at that. They take it 3-2. What could have been so much closer. There were multiple opportunities.